And we are live, and this time it was Floyd's fault. It was exactly Floyd's fault. I was trying to get him to attack whip, and he just sat there like he's doing now.
He wouldn't do it.
Wouldn't even open his eyes. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's okay. Just saw these two over at Susie Q's. She had a great stream tonight, so if you're not checking into that before this one, you need to go over there. And Whip's the mod, big mod. He's the big mod over there.
Oh, no, that's just there.
Huh?
That's you. You're the big mod.
I'm the big mod.
Yeah,
we're all pointing fingers at everybody else.
Yeah, but he means something else. I was just telling him about being conscious about my fat neck, and so that's what he's talking about. All right, let's see who's in here. Melvin, Dennis,
hey, Uncle
Paul, Sonny G, Uncle Smiley that I was with yesterday for most of the afternoon. Putting my face on God, Sonny, that would take more than that 20 minutes. I'm telling you. And let's see, Dragon Lair. Y'all talk a lot, so that's good. I think that's Whips. There's Whips. That's how you go. Here we go. That's everybody. And
hey, Paul.
Sammy.
Wait.
Oh, I got you way up there. But you're saying hi to Whip. Trying to throw
Yeah,
me.
he said hi to me.
I see that.
He said hi to me.
Well, I'm got my camera in this mode because it's just the way I want to do it. So no personal preference or anything. It's just how the electronics worked out. But I don't have a guest and I don't have any topic planned at all. I was going to talk a little bit about our meetup yesterday, but that was a Repticon thing. But then we went to Mitchell Broom's house. So it was fish and reptiles. And
right. So why can't you tell us about that?
Well, I can. I talked about it some last night. I was so worn out when I got home, and I just wanted to kind of decompress from it. And
did you send a link out at like 11 o'clock at night?
Yeah, that was just a pop-up. I
saw that this morning. I'm like, I wonder if he's still live. I didn't know.
I thought it was a mistake. I didn't even click. I didn't even really look at it. I just figured it was for today. And then I'm like, wait, no, that's on the wrong.
Sorry, guys.
Well, but I know that I'm drinking coffee because I am so tired.
I'm drinking coffee today, too.
That drive is just something else. And I got lost. That was the highlight of my day. I went there like I've gone there several times before, 3 or 4 times. And I did the Google map and it remembered it from me being there before and brought it up. And I'm like, yeah, that's the one. But it took me to a town that was like 45 minutes south of there.
Oh, wow.
And I kept thinking, I don't remember that. And I don't remember that. But, you know, there's all this construction out 285 in Atlanta and all. But anyway, so I didn't get to the thing. I was supposed to be there by noon. I didn't get there till 3 o'clock. The Repticon.
Wow.
And yeah. And I kept thinking, maybe I'm confused. But I would watch the MapQuest and it was telling me where to go. I called poor Mitchell and said, I think I'm going to, what would you do if somebody called you and they were lost and they couldn't get their MapQuest to get them where they want to go and all that? I said, I would tell them to go someplace and call the police.
Right.
So I was going to do that. So I went to McDonald's and I got in there and I thought, you know what? I don't think I paid my things for going through the tollway thing last time, and I got a letter, and I better not call that. They may come and get me, all right, but not to help me. But anyway, I said it one last time and made my way back to Lawrenceville, Georgia, and met up with them. But the advantage was Patrick had already picked out a couple of snakes or looked at some snakes, and I had said I wanted to get a desert king snake, and he had found a couple of them. One of them was gone when I got there, but the other one was still there. So that's the one that's placed in my truck somewhere.
You got another snake that got away?
Well, it's in my truck. And this one, Joel, Uncle Smiley's my witness when we're leaving Mitchell Brooms. I said, let me check on my babies. They were in the back seat, and I picked up the little bag with that one in it. And it had pooped in there. It pooped on the guy when he was giving him to me, and it got on him, not me. but he had pooped in the bag, and he's real. You can handle him. He's not like a king snake that's real bitey. And I thought I'll just get him out here and hold on to him good, and get something else or something to put him in. And he was gone. He wasn't in the bag. So I threw away the poop bag there, and I looked. I did a cursory look all around the seats, any bags. I had a couple bags of things in there. I went through everything, and I couldn't see him anywhere. And I thought, well, he's not going anywhere unless he gets out, like they say, they get up in the motor or something. And I'll try to keep an eye on. I did keep my lights on underneath the dash. You can leave them on. I did keep those on, and I didn't see him. But I've looked for him twice last night, and I've looked for him twice today.
And do your seats come out?
They don't. On those Sierras, like the 17 through the 25s, there's the seat, and the bottom part of it goes up. And this, you can't put it down to get behind it. It's bolted to the frame of the truck.
Wow.
So that's where he's at. There's room back there to get back there. And into those seats, they have little safes or little places, storage places. And I've opened all those all across there. But both of my seats pull up like that. Another possibility is there's carpet that's bolted on. That's like a piece of hard carpet or carpet covering something hard that he might have gotten under that, but I don't think so. I've felt around on that. He's definitely not in any of the front seats or the back seats. I mean, in the seats, because you can look up in there. There's nothing in there except wires and motors and stuff. He's not in those, but he'll turn up. But I am going to put a mouse out for him. I just didn't want to do it this morning and it'd be my truck. It got up to 80 today.
It did?
Yeah, got up to 80 here. But
so there is a huge difference between Tennessee and here. That's not anywhere near the same.
Sometimes, yeah.
Wow.
But see, I'm afraid to leave the windows even cracked for ventilation because you know how snakes, they can crawl on some snakes can crawl on the flat wall, They have killed scales that can get a hold. So I just keeping it where it's cool. But at night, I worried about him. It was in the middle 30s last night, and it was a cold 32.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I read up on him again, and they live in the desert, Mexico, and Arizona.
It gets cold at night out there, doesn't it? Okay, good.
So he should be okay. I don't know if he's ever been out at night because he was captive bred, but anyway, but he's beautiful. If you don't know what they look like, look it up sometime when you're bored.
What's the name of it?
It's a desert king snake. I needed somebody last night. It was just me. Huawei looked it up, but didn't have any way to show it.
Were you on StreamYard?
Yeah.
Well, you could have shared it with yourself.
I know, but I don't know how to do that.
Oh.
You'll have to teach me that.
Does it look like that?
No. That one's different. That's like an aberrant pattern. It's got like a solid pattern. It looks black and like you've rolled it in gold powder or something. Some of them have darker heads, and mine has one of the heads that's darker, which I really like.
Here, I'll walk you through it. I'm going to present.
Too much gold?
Too much black.
Oh.
Share the screen. Desert King Snake. Share. Now it should be down below in StreamYard like one of us. And you just got to click on it. If you click on it, it'll bring it up. If that's it. If that's not it, then go.
I got it like a guest. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, you're on your phone though. That makes it harder.
Yeah, it does. So it didn't bring it up.
There it goes.
Oh, beautiful. Wow.
Let me see if I can roll that up a little bit.
Yeah, that's very close to it. I think that's the one Sam found, or one very close to it. He's actually prettier than that. I think that's a wild one. But his head is more defined. There's a little more black on the head. So he's beautiful. And I'm like, how come I've never heard of these? And they're not expensive. And
I've never heard of it.
And when I got there, it was like 3:15 when I started looking at stuff, and we found him. The other one that Patrick had in mind had already been sold and was smaller. This one's about 2, and I told the guy the snake was 200, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Patrick. And I said, well, it's getting late. What's the rock bottom price you'll take for it? And he said 150.
Oh, nice.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's the only gold one that I see like that.
Yeah, he's a real pretty one. Most of them have a pattern or a print on them, and he doesn't. Not all of them, but he's one that doesn't. So, and then I got another ball python of all things, but this one's a really, really special ball python. Patrick and I started walking around, and we didn't get 100 feet probably, and there was this beautiful, good whipscone. It's one of the spider genes, the kind that can have the wobble. And his is almost imperceptible. And he's a big, big snake. He's real big, but he's just like a little tiny baby.
The very controversial one, right?
It is. It is. And they only bred him once. They got him when he was a youngster, and they bred him 2 years ago when he was 3. They got him in 19. And his name is Sundae. When you see his colors, it says Sundae. He's just like a kitten or a little dog. He'll sit and look at you. And I mean, I've had ball pythons that do that. But he is just so sweet, and he's shy. Floyd pecked at him last night and about gave him a heart attack. He knows what's going on around him. He lives with a pit bull, and of course, all their other critters and snakes and stuff. So he's used to a lot going on and used to being held. And I found out he likes to be patted like a dog too. When I started patting him, he looked me right in the face like, "Are you my mama?"
Oh.
But he's a sweetie. He's been sleeping all day. I'm sure he's worn out.
His name's Sundae?
Sunday.
I like that.
And he's light color. His pattern is just real faint on him. You want, I'll go check in a bit and see if he's awake if we get bored. But I think that was all. Now the link for the stream is in the top at the top of the chat. If anybody wants to come up, or
did any of the other guys get anything?
Yeah, Patrick did.
What'd he got?
He got a yellow rat snake. A little bit bigger than the one I've had for a year or 2 years. Mine's grown into the size his is. So he got a yellow rat snake. And Mitchell didn't get anything. And Patrick's nephew came. He didn't get anything. I think we were the only two. I got my bird house that Patrick made me last year, and we were going to meet up. I think it was Ed and I. Somebody.
For like wild birds outside?
Yeah.
We were
nice. And he made me one. He said it was the last one he made. Then something happened that we didn't get to go, COVID or something. We had to cancel a year or two ago. And so he still had it for me. He held it for me. But yeah, it's just like the one I have outside that I let the trees grow into it, and I can't shut it now. The squirrels will run through it.
Oh no!
But he had
ever since the bird flu, I stopped feeding the birds because I didn't want to come killing my chickens.
Right.
People saying so, but I've heard it's all done with. It's not an issue anymore. So I'm going to put out my wild bird food again.
This setup is even different, on here. Are you getting that link, Susie, on, you're on StreamYard, right?
I am.
Yeah, the link that says share your referral link.
Yeah, what is that?
And a $sign. Well, they want you I read about it, and I don't want that. It's if somebody clicks your referral thing and then gets StreamYard or upgrades or does something that your link, you get money. Well, I don't want my friends. I don't want to be selling door to. That's what it's like, selling door to door.
Yeah, but if somebody, remember, like when I was looking for a new place to go live, that would have been perfect. Like anybody who's starting off streaming, you want to have that link ready, because not everybody, knows
It goes in your description, and I sometimes put a detailed
Oh.
description, and sometimes I just put, I think I put Sunday and then the different spelling Sunday. And people will be like, "We already saw that last night."
But that's all right. I didn't see it.
Right. But yeah, but that's showing now, where the little
Where the
heart.
hearts used to be.
Yeah. And you
But
can
do other people see it, or do just we see it?
just we see it because
Okay.
I talked about it so much last night that I copied and pasted it and put it in a comment for them. But it's, if I don't, that's the other reason I'm streaming this way in this position, because if you turn your camera that way, you can't see the last comment. And we were taking turns typing in a period, so the last comment would always move up so I could see what the last.
Oh, I see. See, mine where it's on my screen, because I'm on my computer, it doesn't hide the last comment. It goes above it, but on the phone, it hides it.
I'm thinking about moving my new computer that I've never used at all.
It's worth it. If you can get it set up somewhere at this level, Bob, this level, you will love it. Well,
see, I've got that standing table and that famous stool that pulled my pants off in the Staples. You missed that story. Pam
Yeah.
You told it 100 times. Yes, I've got that stuff in my bedroom, and I've got clothes on it, cats sleeping on them, that kind of stuff. So I need to get that in here. I'm going to leave room for it when I bring all the reptiles back in here. So
I finally got my computer situation taken care of, thank God, because without the computer, like I was not capable of using my phone like you are. Like I was not capable. And I'm very good with computers and stuff. I don't know why I can never get the phone. It just doesn't have the features on it that I'm used to using.
Oh, I didn't realize your nephew got anything. Dragon corrected me. He said his nephew spent $2,000. He got 2 Super Conda. Oh my God, hognose, and 7 Central American wood turtles. Well, where were they?
Wow.
Y'all must have taken that all out.
Wait, 7. He got 7.
Yep. Central American wood turtles.
The ornate, because I have 2 ornate American wood turtles, and I love them. Mine are Woody and Pecker.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't know that. I would have liked to have seen all that stuff. I didn't realize it.
Oh, and he got 2 hognose.
Yeah, some expensive ones too.
Super Anaconda. Ooh.
Super Condas.
That's a nice morph. I like the regular wild type. I like the albino. The albino is the one, if I had a choice, I'd get the albino or that tricolored one you showed me that one time.
Yeah.
Once I saw that tricolor hognose, I was like, whoa, that's what I want.
Pretty. I love the pattern, but I didn't want the hognose part to it. But now I just love mine. I love mine. And he's still not eating, but he's going in a box tonight, a little box, like a cracker box with a couple of frozen thawed pinkies to see if he'll eat them during the night. Sometimes that
they really don't like being in things bigger. Mine, oh man, if I got one, he'd be in a 6-foot enclosure.
People fuss at me, Susie, all the time about him being in a thing as big as he's in. People tell me that's
I bet.
No, but as small as it is, I mean.
Right.
Tell me that he needs to be in something smaller.
That's why I'm so used to fish, and you always get bigger, bigger, bigger.
Yeah.
It would take a lot for me to get adjusted to that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not a reptile guy, but I don't understand it, and I don't agree with it, even though I don't understand it. Bigger is always
agree
better.
with reptiles?
Keeping them in a tight spot like that. You wouldn't find them like that in the wild. They don't just live in a box.
Well, there's a lot of controversy, about the drawers, the shelves, and that stuff.
Is there?
There's a whole lot of it. Yeah.
Even though that's what breeders. That's how you.
That's the people that don't like that, and that are more into the emotions and the.
For reptile.
For reptile, with the emotions and the inquisitiveness and all that, they say that it's a nightmare for them to have to be in something like that. Now, they do come from South Africa, South West Africa, and they do live in burrows, which are, like whatever animals that,
Burrow.
yeah.
But they can come out whenever they want. It's not like
they can, but they don't come out during the day, basically, unless they need to warm up a little bit, and then they go right back in because they're in a grassy plain is kind of what they live in, or scrub, just no big trees. But anyway, they come out at night and feed, and that's when all the mice and all the other things are running around, and so it's competitive, but they get their food and take it down. But so that's their lifestyle, and the time they spend out is time they're up at night, trying to catch food.
Okay.
So it's not really, I guess they have to use some skills and all that, but they found, who's that Dave that's really good? He actually helped start a breeding place for ball pythons in that area.
The long black hair that used to be a rock star?
Yeah.
Kaufman.
Yes, thank you. He found that when they explored or dug out some of these burrows, just to, scientific exploration to study, they would often find 2 or 3 females, not males, but 2 or 3 females slung up together in the same burrow.
Wow.
Community, and that hadn't been known, I don't think, before that. So
I love when he goes to the native area and debunks a lot of these crazy things that people on the internet say. I like when he does that.
Well, what bothers me about the drawers, I understand if you want to breed 100 snakes, every spring that you've got, or 500 or whatever you're breeding. It's a massive
Skipper's here. You want to let Skipper in?
No, not today.
Not today. Somewhere
Hey,
else.
Uh-oh.
Now, me being smart, I just did something wrong.
Did you kick him out?
No. Having the phone this way makes it. There he is. He doesn't look happy either with your comments.
Listen here, you little. Hi, guys.
Hey, Skipper.
Talking about snakes on the fish fam. So.
Oh.
I'm lost. I have no idea what we're talking about.
Well, then let's talk about fish.
I know what I was going to say, though. One thing I noticed, I'm new to reptiles, 5-6 years, not long, just a minute compared to 60 years of keeping fish. This has just been a few minutes for me. But I noticed, especially the ball pythons, they do the periscope, and that's some of my favorite. They raise up like 1 foot or 2 foot of their body so they can get a better view. Well, if they're not wanting to go over yonder, why do they even have to evolve to know how to do that? See, to me, that's just common sense. Or they're super smart, that they raise up, that there is a over yonder to go look at. So stuff like that makes me wonder if they really are that happy in the bins.
I can't imagine they're happy. I mean, I don't know what kind of emotional range they have, but I wouldn't want to live in a drawer.
See people, me neither, but see people that believe that they're not real smart. Ball pythons they're supposed to be like the rainbow fish. They have a reputation for being really dumb, but that's the way people consider ball pythons. But I can tell you, mine are not. They're not. They all have their own personalities, and some of them recognize me, and so I don't know.
I know my Uromastics recognize me as the lettuce lady. They know I'm bringing their food. They all come right to the front. They follow me. Like if I walk past them, they walk because they're in a 4-foot enclosure. They walk all the way down. Then I'll walk back just to tease them a little bit before I put it in.
Have you seen like the Karen short clips they do? And some of them, they do groups of them, and they'll say, "Here comes Karen." And when you said that, I thought, "Here comes Susie." Susie. Yeah, well, the interaction with them is the thing for me, and if some of them breed or I do breed them, that's the deal. Some I don't want to breed, I never really push that. But to be able to interact with them. It's kind of like getting a dog and putting it out in the backyard and just swapping it once a day. I mean, what is that?
Well,
Danny, that's why I
dogs
don't
go
have a
outside.
10-gallon tank.
Huh? Yeah.
Dan says, what's the difference between reptiles and fish? Lakes have a lot more water than 10 gallons. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't have anything even close to that small. Not that
Right.
I have a lake down here, but.
Right.
They're good for
Pretty close.
If you're breeding certain fish out. They're good for that. They're real good for that. But I don't have any pens set up now. I've got everything shut down or bigger tanks now.
I think this is my smallest tank. This is a 20-gallon, and I breed my endlers in here. I like them.
So, speaking of the tank thing, oh man,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where to start with it. It's been a busy week and a busy day because I was getting supplies to put a new basement door in. It's the first step of the fish room redo. I'm gonna actually make it behind this wall, but I stopped at Petco, and everybody knows about the whole aquarium thing. And I was looking at the Imagitarium tanks, and I gotta look it up, but it's the same thing.
What do you mean?
It looks exactly like the same thing as an aquarium. The glasses had the same thickness. The clear silicone. The only difference,
tell you that they were different.
I would have imagined that they were because they ain't aquariums. But whenever I started looking at them today, I'm like, this is the same thing.
They're the same thing. I just bought 2 of them. I have 2 of them right here, like literally
right
here.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, well, I'm not in a hurry then to get more tanks because eventually I'm going to need them.
Right.
Like, I stopped there to hopefully, like, they had leftovers or whatever, and I was going to grab them up because I'm going to need more 20s and more 10s. But I was like, I'm looking at it, I said, the only difference is the packaging.
Yeah.
It gets cardboard on the bottom, cardboard on the top to help protect it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
somebody told me recently, and I think it was Dragon Lair, that that is their own brand, and that they aren't going out of business with AquaClear. That stuff's going away. That they can make their own cheaper and have a better tank and all that.
well, that may change since after seeing Dragon Lair's comment, because I ain't getting into that side of it, but they may end up going back to them, man.
Oh, I didn't know that. Dragon Lair. I thought they were. Are they Petco products?
Yeah, well, I think Petco got rid of a lot of their outside line, and this is kind of their line now. I think that's what the one lady told me because they got rid of a Siche whale. I think it is, isn't it? Siche that makes the whale. And it was like a $250, $300 canister filter that they sold me for $47 because they were making room for right. And
oh my gosh, I hope did they have more than one?
No, they only had the one, or I would have bought like 10 of them. But they told me that they were bringing in their own line.
Well, they already started with the substrate. The substrate is Imagitarium. If you look at their bags, don't get the sand because it's junk.
It's acrylic. It's not real sand.
What?
Yeah, and
I found that out when I had my puffer.
Yeah, it's acrylic. I thought it was something coated, but acrylic would make sense. It's just terrible. Now they're stone. It's fine. It is what it is. But the sand.
I
need never worry about it.
Ever. Because pool filter sand, I don't even have to rinse off. There's no clouding. There's no nothing.
I still rinse it though. But yeah, you're right. It's not nearly as bad as like if you did play sand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's horrible.
I have always used that because I have to top one,
Hey,
two,
Milton
three.
Greenery.
My 75 gallon, I have to top off at least an inch because the substrate is starting to come through a little bit. And that just tells me I didn't put enough cap on it. So I want to make a funnel of some sort so I can pour it right in so it's not floating through water. It's hitting the bottom. And I'll put it around all the plants and try to fill them that way and see if that works.
Go to a how I say this, go to a auto shop, okay? Get a funnel that you use for oil, but obviously it's going to be clean, so you'll be okay.
Right.
They make them long.
Oh, that's what I need.
Depending upon the depths of your tanks, whatever.
It's a 75 gallon.
You can always go to Lowe's or whatever and get a piece of tubing that you can just fit up over it and put it directly where you want to put it.
That will work. That's what I'm going to do for a couple of my tanks, but especially the 75. Because I think I got confused when you're supposed to put like 1 inch of the mulch and the good stuff that I have and 2 inches of sand. When I first made them, I think I put like 2 inches of this and 1 inch of sand cap. And I flipped it backwards. So now I'm trying to fix that. Because those tanks are doing amazing. A year and a half later, they are my favorite tanks. The ones with those deep, deep beds in them. Like clean, crystal clear, no issues.
Lumpy says use a plastic soda bottle to pour the sand right into the substrate level.
Well, for a 75 gallon, it's not going to be long enough. Even a 2 liter. Well, they do make tall, skinny ones though.
I'm hoping to use some kind of bottle, but I have to make sure the neck's big enough for this long lost snake to get in. But I'm going to put a couple of pinkies in there, and hopefully he can't get out. It can't be glass because I have to be able to cut the top off. But I also have a small bird cage that pinkies can't get through the bars. It's so small, so I might do that. I may set them both up in there.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm going to put them one right in the seat and one below the seat where I think he is. Not the seat, the back of the seat. Well, that's the seat.
Killer Kitty said, "Thank you, Skipper, for the Lowe's endorsement. Anyone know what taller plants would do good in a more acidic water? Need to redo a 75 gallon. Thank you for the super chat, Killer Kitty."
I didn't even see Killer Kitty come in. Hi, Killer Kitty.
Can
anybody have the plant that she's looking for? And a very
what about
you got acidic water?
She knows better than ask me about plants.
I would say bulbitis.
What about that valve you got off of? Oh man, Monica.
Oh, that valve did that would do good. The Valsinaria. She get the leopard Valsinaria did really good with the acidic, and I love the bulbitis, man. I think that's
wait a minute. Acidic is soft water, right?
It is something that would be like in a biotope, yes.
So,
Todd,
is it
Todd,
right?
Sorry, Huawei's posting Todd, our friend Todd's new channel name is Chair Aquatics, and he started doing it last night. And
thank you.
So we can all subscribe to it, and he did.
It's not Todd Bob.
Nope, it's Chair Aquatics. There was a link there. I lost it.
Todd Bob, you should be in the chat with your new channel link.
He was earlier with it.
Oh.
I had it highlighted, but I lost it. I'm looking for a comment Dragon Lair made, but it's too far up now, Dragon Lair. I can only see 2 comments at once, and it's tiny, the way
that's so awesome.
So what's okay? Now I'm a little confused. Is acidic water soft water, or is it the opposite?
When
Acidic
I inadvertently
water.
said my water is basically battery acid, they told me that then my plants should do well, and I'm like, whoa, because I was talking to
Okay.
what's his name from Flip Aquatics, Rob. And he's like, well, it should grow good if it's acidic. And I'm like, well, no, I'm just saying it's like you put it in there, they dissolve. It's not actually.
Oh, not acidic. You're right.
Yours is really hard, right?
Yeah.
So that's your problem. So hers is soft.
Water soft. Yeah.
Yeah, she just said it. So I'm the perfect person to ask for that because, oh my God, I got RO water coming out of my tap.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. So I got to find a tank that I don't have no rain. I have good luck with the Anubis, the Val. Flame Moss is doing freaking awesome right now.
Oh, really?
The Val scenario will grow super tall. That what she's looking for. You're right. That's a good one.
That did good in my tank. My problem was you got to fertilize for that to work. At least for me, root tabs would be great for those because the soft water doesn't have a lot of nutrients in it. You got to add stuff to it, at least fertilizer. But Crips do really well for me.
Yes, they do.
They don't do well for me at all. I know it's my water.
See, because I had to do the let's try this deal, right? Let's see what's going to work because I had no idea. And of course, Anubis, I have no problem with that. Java Fern's doing really good. Yeah, that tank don't have none in it. I'm actually doing good with that. It looks like that's a Lawigia or a Rotala.
The Rotala can be. You can make it bushy. You can make it tall, right? Just by cutting it back and replanting to make it small, short, and bushier.
Yeah.
But if you don't cut it back,
really good. Yeah. Like I had it growing the whole way to the top of my tank. Now this is a 20 gallon, mind you, 20 high, and I had to cut it back because it was starting to choke everything else. Cretums do good. Cretums do really well.
Wouldn't swords do fantastic? I mean, they're from the
Amazon, right?
Amazon, and the Amazon is exceptionally soft.
Well, I can tell you from my experience, they need nutrients. You have to put root tabs in there with it because I can have a sword, it'll look great, and I don't do no fertilizing in the substrate, and they just die off. Now I got plecos, so once that plant starts dying, they start eating it.
Definitely, though, that's another reason. The deep bed, you don't have to use the root tabs. The deep bed is like all that gooey stuff that I put in first. I've gotten away from root tabs. The only time I use root tabs is in my deep bed that's a sand. Because there's no nutrients in the sand.
So I found out with mine, even if it's deep substrate that's rocks, now I go well over, like a lot of people put the substrate right at where the trim is. I get about an inch above that. So you about almost 2 inches of substrate. I don't gravel vac, so all that good stuff stays down in there. And of course, the tank's been set up for a while, and a lot of the plants do good. But I still have to fertilize the column.
Okay. Who was that, Bob? Was that the guy? Did you get him from the truck?
That's Sundae. No. Oh, no. This one's 20 times bigger than that other one or more. That's Sundae, but he's sleeping and he shines. So I brought him out of the enclosure. He's in a 40 breeder right now, but he's going up bigger. However, that's probably big enough. But this hide's not big enough for him. But he's making do with it. Where's your head at, Bubba?
It looks like he likes it.
That doesn't look like a fish.
I know it, right? Bruiser guessed his morph last night. He's getting really good at this.
Oh, brother Dan says he used both root tabs and liquid ferts. I bought Thrive root tab. I want to see
Hey,
how
Lady
they.
Diane, how you doing?
Lady D
Lady D, what up?
and the infamous Skip. You never know when I'm going to show up. I do apologize. I truly do. I've just been so freaking busy. I can't. I'm exhausted.
I
Really
streamed
exhausted.
twice yesterday, and he didn't make either one of them. I'm so
Yeah.
busy.
You streamed twice yesterday? I
Yeah.
did not get one notification.
I
Not one.
didn't, it was, both of them were a spur of the moment because I was supposed to be working.
Yeah.
So I didn't think I was going to get a chance to stream in my normal spot, but then they cut me loose early. So I went on an hour late. And then as soon as my stream ended, I got a call from Aquarium Domain, and he's like, "Hey, are we going to go tonight?" And I'm like, "Oh crap, I forgot all about that. We were going to go after the whatchamacallit there, the auction yesterday." And so, yep, went twice yesterday. Streamed for like 5 hours.
The first
Todd,
time,
that's awesome. Awesome.
that is pretty good. The first time I was at an Easter dinner, we were celebrating a week early because of her sister
Hours.
going on a trip. And then your second time, my butt was in bed. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had work today.
I forgot to tell people on my stream. Carrie's going to come on my stream next week.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Science Gal. I'm excited.
Oh, awesome. She hasn't been on much lately, has she?
Mhm.
No,
Yeah,
not
and
for
I
about
want
a
to
year.
find out all the reason. I want to find out, but she's still doing stuff.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. She's busy.
So I want to find out what's the dealio with Science Gal.
Now, what is that right there Daniel's talking about? Nylock Ferts. Is that the brand or is that a...
Yeah, that's the brand.
Okay.
I use well, I was using at one point I was using Aquarium Co-op and I didn't like it because I had a lot of allergy from it. I'll just say that. And then I went to Hector's Everything. He's from California. I need to get more of that because I really like
It was
that.
good.
Yeah, it's a powder you just dump in the water and it does everything. Well, minus the root tab part. But, root tabs, I just never really got into it. I did use the, what is that, C-Chem?
Yeah.
And then I wanted to try something different just to see what I like. I want to try that Thrive. Whenever I do water changes, probably starting tomorrow, I'm going to add some to it. Now, it's a green capsule. So I'm hoping that the capsule dissolves too, but I don't know.
You know, one time I did this experiment with red clay. We made these little tiny things because we were gonna get the little, like, let them dry, air dry, and then put the red clay deep down in the substrate. Well, it left. Every one I put in left this huge red trail behind it. By the time I was done, my whole tank was red. I was like, that didn't work out so well.
Leached down into the water.
Oh, that leached everywhere so fast because, I mean, I was pretty quick putting it in there, but and I had all these little trails coming up. I was like, ooh, won't do that again.
I'm wanting to show this baby off. Last night he came out. Everybody saw him last night. The hug is big, so if he gets restless, he's like a little toddler. You know how when you're holding a 1.5-year-old and they start wanting to push against you with their back and get down, and that's what he reminded me of so much. He's such a sweetheart. Come on. Come on, pat him.
Somebody farted?
Huh?
He was saying about farts.
Oh.
Being a fart.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was Skipper.
Oh, I would at least said, excuse me.
I
And I'd have gave it away.
You're the only one there, Todd. Think about that. Yeah. Come on, Bubba. Come on. I saw you out earlier.
Is this one you just had in the little log?
That is him. That's just like 50 men holding up. No way to pull that. He's wedged himself in there. Come on.
Get the jaws of life out.
The only way to get would be to cut the long. Oh well. It's always next time.
I had a Plecostomus die inside one of those one time, and it blocked in, because it was how they get with their pectoral fins and everything. It was locked in there, and it was there was another catfish, a jaguar wood catfish, on the far side that couldn't get out because he was in the way.
Oh no!
And I had to cut it open because I couldn't get that son of a gun out of there.
Wow.
I could have. I guess I could have just been brutal and ripped it out of there because when he was dead, it wasn't going to hurt it anymore. But
somebody posted on Facebook. Somebody posted in one of the pages I follow about questions for fish help, like beginner fish and stuff, and they were showing pictures of their Corey cats, and one of the pictures that were dying, and like they look like this, and one of them had almost all the flesh, meat, and fins gone off of it, and it's incredible. They're just like 7 or 8 big barbs. Their whole skeletons.
Oh my!
Just row after row of barbs. No wonder nothing wants to eat them. Never seen a skeleton.
There's only one time I had something that got stuck or died in a decoration. It was one of those half-cut coconuts.
Yeah.
And then there's like the 3 holes drilled in the top. It was a white cloud mountain minnow. Was swimming through it and got stuck, and I didn't see it until it was too late. So I had to pinch and pull it out. But then I stuffed all those holes with Anubis roots so that it was growing plants instead of having the holes. I was like, oh my God. Never even dawned on me that the fish couldn't just slide back out.
Right.
Like what?
No, I used to like Cholo wood until I got some Corydorus stuck in it because it can't swim back.
All right.
I had that happen too. I thought it was a one-off though. But
Cholo wood is good for my snails. That's it. I'd have not.
That and shrimp, or a tank that doesn't have Corydorus in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, shrimp love them.
Well, that's what I meant. Shrimp, not my. I don't have a tank, just snails. I do have a tank of shrimp.
That upset me because when that happened, I'm like, what? Did you just go in there and just die? Because I thought every fish could swim backwards.
That's what I thought. Why is he stuck? Why didn't he just go back out?
Boy, the knife fish is the champion of that. You know what? I've never seen a fish be able to back up like those things can.
This right here. Look at, he's sticking out. I don't know if you can see his back half is. Oh, you can't see him. He's sticking out. He backs up. He'll swim backwards all the way over to here and take off again.
Put the brakes on and back up across the tank.
Yeah, I got 8 inches of him sticking out of the sewer pipe. He's a beautiful fish. It just never comes out until I leave.
Well, we've made a little progress. He let me get my finger in one of his hoops there. He did relax, so that's good.
that's how mine is, Susie. I'd see it when I'd feed it, it would come out of its hole and then go, reverse right back into the hole, and then it would come out and eat a little more and then reverse back in. And I never see it otherwise. And even at feeding time
I see his
nowadays,
whole body because he keeps his face in the tube. I don't think he knows he's exposed.
I don't think so.
He probably doesn't.
He's all backed out, this much of him is all backed out, and then he goes back in again. I'm like, but you see every part of him but his eyes. I'm like
an ostrich putting its head in the ground.
Yeah.
You know what that was?
Dude, I see you. I'm right here. I see you.
Knife fish or the ball python.
The
I have quartz. Oh my God.
what do they call the Abba Abba knife? It's another knife species that Big Rich had that would do that. He had like a ship or something, one of those big plastic ships that people sometimes buy, and it would go in just its head, like you're talking about. That thing was like 18 inches, so like 3 inches of it is in the hole, and then the other 15 are hanging out there. And he's like, "You can't see me.
Yeah.
You can't see me."
See, I never experienced that. So if I first would have seen it, I thought the fish died.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what I mean? 'Cause it's like, that's just crazy.
Yeah, but you don't want to reach in and grab him because they have teeth like you wouldn't believe.
Yes, they do.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I used to not hand feed, but drop things into mine, and I was impressed with this chief. He got to be like 14 inches. They have to be old and big. And at this rate, you'll be an hour before you even get that one loop out of there.
Wow. This knife fish and the fire eel share the same hides at the same time, all the time. So right now, the fire eel is in the sewer pipe. So the knife fish is in the sewer pipe with him. Then he'll come up here to the floating log. Then the knife fish will go in, like I can only assume that the knife fish wants that crampedness.
They're buds. It keeps something more creepy crawling from getting in there.
But this is a cute tank. I am so happy that lady gave me all these. I really do like them. From the Dojo Loaches, they're like 8 inches big.
In college, we used to go by that same premise, but that's a different kind of video.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think Sunny has made a couple comments where I'm like, I know where you're going with that.
Everybody thinks I'm.
I wish my camera was working so I could just bring it down.
I know.
This is so fascinating.
That ship you're talking about, is that the same one that Jason has, that he put lights and stuff in it?
Maybe. I mean, it's probably 3 foot, and it looks like it's been cracked in half and wrecked.
Yeah.
In sink. Yeah. And Lady D says she has one of those and she can't give it away.
Well,
or maybe she
because you need a big enough tank for that. Yeah.
Does anybody have any tanks they're trying to get rid of or looking for tanks? Yeah.
I got a lot of tanks I'm trying to get rid of.
There you go, chat.
I can tell you I need 20s and 10s.
I got rid of all my small ones last year. Now I'm working on getting rid of. I might have some 20s. I'm getting rid of my 20s and 40s.
I got a 75-gallon rack that doesn't, or a stand that don't have a tank on it.
75.
$150. You can buy one.
Yeah.
I love the 75 gallon.
Used to be able to make one cheap, but you probably pay that for wood now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get wood to build my duck house, and it's like ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I paid $7 and some cents for a 1x6x8 pressure treated.
Out of real wood, Susie?
Yeah, I'm looking for plywood that I'm gonna have to waterproof it on the outside. It can't be pressure treated because I don't want the duck banging into it. And it's gotta be. It's so ridiculously expensive. Oh, there he is. He's coming.
I think it's the wrong end, though. It is.
Well, one 4x8 sheet's like $30 if you get OSB.
Well, the problem is I need mine cut in order to fit in my car, and our Home Depot doesn't do that anymore.
Danny wants to know, is that for a new fish room? Or are you just expanding?
Me?
Well, it'll be expanding. Moving and making it bigger.
I'm going to blow myself up here if I can figure out how to do it.
There you go.
Because the fish racks I'm making is like what Richard Reynolds has, but only 2-tier.
Not wants to come out.
2-tier like Rachel O'Leary's, or 2-tier like the same size tank top and bottom?
Same size top and bottom. So one rack will probably have 16 10s on it, or 16 20s. And the other rack would have 12 10s.
Okay, I see what you're doing.
And then I want to make a fry rack.
He looks like he's all chill.
He is. He'll get warmed up though and get a little more active, you know, like they will. Trying to get him to. She said he would lay in her lap a lot, and he did that to me last night. But twice he snuck down and had cats surrounding him, and of course he's not afraid of anything.
I don't know if I would trust a snake in my lap.
He's not going to do anything but lay there. This one's not. A lot of ball pythons, even that are socialized. My orchid, if I do like this, she'll move away. See how he's coming to me? Hey, baby. I go on the premise, since Dragon Lair told me snakes do hear better than we advertise it, that you see what he is, Whip?
I don't hear Whip.
He's probably done passed out.
You don't like snakes.
Why's he got speckles on it?
That's part of his morph.
Those are the seeds from the banana.
Right. He's a
I thought I had chicken pox.
Huh?
I thought I had chicken pox.
Yeah. He's a banana something something. And his name is Sundae. Stick at my arm instead of biting it.
Huawei says they're raisins.
There you are, the California raisins. Now the middle name, the middle morph went right out of my head. But that's why he has them, whatever it is. If Bruiser's in here or Jenny Lynn, they'll tell us again.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, twice he put his little butthole right on my thumb. I'm like, what have they been doing at your house, boy?
Yikes.
I know, little cloaca down there. But I found out he had, from him doing that, I noticed he had spurs.
What does that mean?
The spurs, like the vestigial legs, and they're right around their cloaca, their, you know, where all the business is, their butthole and everything else there. He's got two little spurs. Let me see if he'll let me show him. He did last night.
And what do the spurs mean, though?
They're the remnants of their legs.
Oh.
And snakes had legs. That's
Snakes got legs?
They used to have.
What?
Yeah.
What you talking about, Bob?
You look it up. Look up spurs. Do you see his cloaca?
I do.
Well, it's got little spurs on each side of it. One's quite a bit bigger than the other one. And now they say that they still use them for positioning and mating, which makes a lot of sense. But yeah,
wow.
Look up vestigial. Is that the word I'm wanting? He said, now
Bruiser said it's a banana. Bruiser CB says it's a banana spider cinnamon.
You're right.
He said you're right.
The cinnamon are the spots, and the spider. The spider's the line and the points. They're the one that has so much controversy about having that little neurological. Sometimes it's not little. Some snakes have to be destroyed when they're born. They just can't feed themselves and never will be able to.
Because their body doesn't stop moving?
Because see how he doesn't have any wobble at all right there. And see, he's doing the periscope I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
He's looking up on the table. He said, what you got up there? Yeah, that's your hide up there. It sure is. He's just a sweetie. I mean, after Floyd pecked at him, he was a little bit distraught, but after that, he was fine. I think he thought the big cats were his dog. I don't know.
Oh,
He's cold. Just what I need. Something that needs a lot more of my time, right?
actually, yes.
All right. Boss will rub I can't see it. The spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. Also rub the spurs on a female to stimulate her to breed. See there?
Is that a female you have, or?
It's a boy. Most of these are girls, and people get them to breed them because their spider patterns are so beautiful. She only bred him once, I was saying, or maybe last night. He had 4 or 5 babies, and they were all different, and they were all stunning. He bred her. She bred, Molly was the lady that had him before me, bred him to a common ball python. And boy, those babies were gorgeous. And she said that none of them had a wobble any worse than his. So he's determined. He likes this chair.
Now, can you breed the wobble out of a banana morph?
I don't know. That's a good question for the expert.
Oh, there's the knife fish right there. You see his, oh, he's going down. You see his tail? It's like the last 7 inches of him.
I think so.
You're just up there.
Your name's covering up.
Right here. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
Look like this, just in case. Just in case he comes out of right here. That's his tail, the white spot. A little white. And then it's all black.
Oh,
From that side of back.
Good night, Curl Kitty.
Good night, Kitty.
All going on hike at Pigeon Forge. Be careful.
There it is. See him?
Yeah.
He came out because the eel pushed his way back into the hide again. It's like, it's crazy.
If I blow you back up, he won't ever come back out again.
He's a pretty cool fish.
My fire eel's out. That's as close to a snake as I got.
Yeah.
But you can't see them because I put up these 20s now, so now they're in the way.
Oh.
What'd you say got out?
What? Who?
I thought you said something got out now, but we couldn't check.
No, the fire eel is out. That's all.
Oh,
That's as close as I got to a snake.
That's pretty close. That's pretty close to a snake.
Yeah.
Although I got the rope fish right next to him, so I think that my rope fish is closer to a snake than the.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I need to get to feeding my fish here.
we've been on here for 100 minutes.
How can you tell when a snake is a male or female?
You gotta snap its buttocks open, right? Don't you crack them and do a little probe there?
What?
I don't know. I've seen.
Some of them can tell by the limb.
Hell, I don't think you snap open anything.
You got a short tail, see, tail or usually tail, isn't that right? But yeah,
I've seen the guy from
I could do it, but I don't
the
like
crazy man from Jay from Prehistoric Pets out in California. He just bends their
Oh, that's the same thing you do with a blue tongue skink to see if they got things underneath that.
it.
It either exposes stuff or it doesn't.
But I'm thinking for myself, how would you like to just be minded to Bob and Skipper come along and pop your pie out? No. So I don't.
Bobby, your mic is in the crapper right now.
Uh-oh. That any better?
I can barely hear you. I don't know if maybe it's me. Is it me or is it? Can
No,
you guys
it's
hear
not
me?
you.
I moved
Okay.
it. How about that?
A little bit.
I must have turned the volume down. Let me get a hold of this.
Something happened because it was fine the whole stream until right now.
Now, turn the volume up. Maybe that'll be better.
There it is, Jay from Prehistoric Pets. If you click on that,
All right.
he'll show you
Him
how to do
crack
it.
open a snake.
Yeah, crack them right open, like an egg.
Oh my God, those
Susie.
words. It took a minute for them to sink in, and then I was like, what?
Susie. Susie.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Susie?
I can.
See what he's doing?
He's on your shoulder.
It's just his face, his head, he's right there. And he's looking at my ear, I guess is what he can see. See how social he is? And all of this down
Wow.
here. She said they always held him like a baby, so we got him and I just got him wrapped up. Yes, Patrick, I was carrying him around like a baby. Look to see what I did then. That's the thing I've got my phone sitting on. That's not him.
Now you got your phone sitting in it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that beautiful head. Now I see it.
He's a baby.
What was the snake that you had that was always trying to take your glasses off?
Orchid. I still have her.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was adorable.
That would be a good mating if I were going to breed him. You know, her personality and his personality.
Now, since this one does not wobble, and if you bred her, then her babies be guaranteed not to wobble, or they always have that wobble in them?
I don't know that much about that.
Good night, Dragon Lair.
Nice,
buddy.
That's who I was going to ask. But
He's the one that would probably know that answer.
Right.
He gone.
I don't think you can breed the wobble out, or they would have done it. It's what makes sense to me.
right.
But he's watching the fish now. He's having a good time. A good time. So should we end it? Go ahead and wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking about
Yeah, I'm gonna feed some fish and then wait a little while and then go to bed. I said yes to working tomorrow, which is smart.
To have all that extra money.
It's just it ain't gonna be there long.
it's not extra.
I got early pay on my IRS refund. It was 800 and something. I woke up yesterday on the way to the snake place, and I'm like, you know, that's not the best time for me to be getting my refund.
Invite spill all over your hand.
Oh my gosh, what's the date today? I didn't file yet.
13th. You got 3 more days.
For what?
Taxes.
Oh yeah.
I didn't
The
believe
tax man cometh.
I was lucky this year. I got something back. Lucky. All right, guys. Get to work. Thank you guys in the chat, and thank you, mods. Thank you, Sam. Thanks everybody for participating. And Skipper, I hope you can go back to sleep. Be like the baby that had a nap and then can't go back down.
Just so you know, Dragon came back and answered that question too before you wrap it up.
I can't see it.
cool.
What does it say? Let me find it.
It would not go to all the babies queue, but since it's a mutation of the inner ear, it would come through on a percentage of the offspring.
Oh.
You know how we have the inner ear balance? They have some parts of the ear like we do. So it makes sense that they can hear some just differently than we do. They don't have holes, so it's muffled. But so that makes perfect sense. Dragon Lair knows. He was answering all the questions yesterday too at Replicon. All right.
Very knowledgeable.
Very, very. All right. Good night, everybody.
Later.
Behave.
Later, Gator. I'm gonna go feed my face.